Hey guys, and welcome back everyone. I gotta say, our Discord community is one of my favorite places on the internet. It's just absolutely a good time in there, every pre-market and every market open. I'll show you guys a little bit of the Discord later on this video, but what I want to talk about first is a poll I made on the YouTube channel. I want to see what kind of feedback you guys had on trading your front side move of the day, getting as much as you can out of it, and then just walking away. Because yesterday I was up nicely, 6-7% based on my average size, and then I kept on trading another 2 hours, and guess what? I ended the day slightly red. It was ridiculous. So in this video, I want to talk about the poll. Obviously, I want to talk about my trades a little bit. The market is just absolutely bonkers right now. It's not even really worth trading the open half the time. So let's go ahead and talk about what the heck is going on. So first of all, let's rewind. This is my channel, obviously, and then you come down here to the community tab, and I made a little bit of a poll here, when to stop trading. And this is something we've talked about a lot in the last, I would say, 2 months. It's been something that's always been on the table. At least once a week, we'll even kind of briefly mention it. I made this post 6 hours ago. Right now, it's 9:50 a.m. roughly Eastern Standard Time. So I know it's really early, and I know some more votes are going to come in. But first of all, here's the question. Is day trading like fishing for big swordfish? You wrap it up and celebrate after catching the king, after catching the big fish you want. I'm strongly debating if walking away after I successfully traded one solid front side move is the best approach. One solid front side move, I'm sure many of you guys know what that is. Basically, stock runs up, has a big rally. If it's 40, 50, 60, 100, 2, 3, 4, 500%, we've seen it all, and then starts consolidating. Do you wrap up after milking that move? That's the question. So many times I start giving back profits the rest of the day, chop, yada, yada, AKA more work and fewer profits. I still need to explore my stats. I want to make a video about the stats where I check out all my trailing P&L stats and when I start giving back profits. I want to dive into that a little bit more, but that's not going to be for this video. It feels that I rarely do nail the second move if there's another big second move, if it happens at all. So even if it does happen, by that point, mentally, I'm exhausted. I've probably been looking at the charts for 2-3 hours, and I'm emotionally, I'm not, making the best decisions anymore. So I said, here's the poll. Leave your thoughts below, and if you guys want to keep, voting, definitely go ahead and do so. 87% voted. There's 15 votes. So, smaller size, but it's a very new poll that I put out here. I know very off time, but I figure it's still probably good enough for this video. 87% said yes. And just quickly here, what is that? 87, actually, let's do 15 times 0.87. That's 13 votes. So only two degenerates said keep on trading after trading most of one frontside move. So only 2 people voted for that. 13% at the moment. We'll see if it increases. So today, I listened to you guys, I followed your guys' advice, and I did exactly that. So let me close here, and I'm ending the day green today. I'm up $1,000. Not like a blow-away day. It's a decent day because all that profit came from one trade, one trade. Could have been better, but it didn't have that full resolution I was hoping for. We needed one more pop, and it could have been a $2,000-$3,000 day, which is why I'm really loving this new approach of averaging into my winners. It took me very long time to kind of get used to doing. I mean, for 2 years, I really couldn't get over that topic of averaging into winners. I was usually, taking profits. I was a little bit scalpy. I would take profits very quickly, and then I would miss that big move to the upside. Unfortunately, with this approach, you also sometimes, like yesterday, you do give back profits usually at the end. And, sometimes if there's no big winner, it's hard to make some money. But when there's big winners, sometimes you just need a few, and you'll be very successful that way. It's a little bit different than my original trading strategy, and it really only works when there's a trending, not really a market, but a trending ticker with big upside potential. Okay, so I'll review these tickers. And ADTX, when we review this one, this is the one I walked away on actually. Oh my God, it's absolutely hilarious. So let me show you guys quickly the Discord. Where's that hiding? Here we go, Discord. So where's Colby? Colby here says, trading the open is generally a death sentence. So he said, lately, you trade the market open and it's a death sentence. I thought this was so hilarious, almost a guarantee that you will lose money. And I said, these are the facts of life. It's true. It's true. Lately, it's been so chaotic at the market open, and today was a perfect example of that. So let's review these tickers, and we'll end up with ADTX because this one really encompasses that market open nastiness the most. Okay, and the whole time, think about trending tickers. Just constantly be keeping that in mind. Okay, CPOP. Let's go to this one. So this was the first ticker moving today. It's been selling off the rest of the day. Would have been great to short, but TOS never has shares to short, none to borrow here at the top. Anyway, very quick front side move. It was only a 30% rally. Usually we're not even trading tickers until they reach 30%. So that's exactly why I didn't trade any of this. It wasn't even really on my scanners. I wasn't really interested in it. I traded this move here looking for continuation. I thought maybe we'll see a move to 6.5. Never ended up happening. So this trade was basically a loss. I actually lost quite a bit of money on this one. And then I made back some here trading the range, which trading the range is stressful. It's just not a fun place to be. You're just scalping and you're risking a flush or something like that. JFIN, let's go to this one. This one was very short-lived, so there's really not that much to talk about. I ended up trading this one accidentally. It was at the time, I think CPOP was moving, and I just wanted to put 100 shares in here, so it was popping up in my current account, so it was easier to find because it wasn't on the scanners yet. It was on the scanner, but then it fell off the scanner. I just put 100 shares down here, somewhere down here. So it was on my current account list. And then randomly it got executed and I just closed it right away. It took like a $11 loss on that kind of alert. Yeah, it was ridiculous. ASTC, let's go to this one, ASTC. This ticker was pretty gnarly. It really just did not look interesting at one point, but it did have a front side. It was a short-lived front side, but it did exist. And this ticker I did give back profits on as well, which was a little bit unfortunate. And I also didn't trade it as aggressively as I should have. Actually, no, you know what? I don't even think, no, maybe I didn't give back. Oh yeah, I did on this trade right here. I gave back profits on that one. So we had a pullback here in this area. I started trading this one and you can see I sold. And then I bought again and I sold. This is like a 13% runner. So what I should have done here is, took this trade like I normally do, and then average into it here, maybe even average into this pullback. Either way, this would have all been one trade. I don't know if I would have sold here or not, because there was upside till about 1.4, maybe 1.4. Before bigger resistance here you can see on the daily. So I probably would have held through that. That's probably how I should have traded it. I probably would have at least walked away with maybe 2-3% profit on like a half size, I don't know, maybe a full size, so maybe between $10,000 and $15,000. So $300-$400 profit. I could have walked away on this one, but I don't know, I kind of butchered this one. I was really, I don't know, not in the zone, I guess. RGC, this ticker is on fire. I mean, just reckless, absolutely reckless. Big first leg here to the upside, then it consolidates, really becomes uninteresting until this area happens when it breaks out past that range. So let me just go here on the 5-minute, and the range is around 22.5, maybe a little bit higher, 23 even. So once we popped around this area, that's when I started watching it. And then we had this big move here. I bought into this breakout with very small size, only 100 shares. I just, usually we're never trading tickers around, over $20. I mean, it's very rare. So I think I was just out of my comfort zone. And I traded this one wrong, which sucks. So my first entry was right, but instead of buying more here at 27.67, I sold, which I realized that was a mistake, so I bought back. But then again, I sold right here on this, like before the breakout even happens. What I should have been doing, I got the first move, I buy more here, somewhere in this area, doesn't matter if I buy high or not. Then, I'm having, I don't know, maybe 50% size at this point. And then we move here again. So I don't know where I could have bought here, but really just kind of chasing it because there's a lot of strength. I could have bought there, maybe bought on the pullback. And then I don't know, if I was getting really uneasy, I could have sold somewhere here. But either way, I would have sold before the open. You'll see this on ADTX. I sold before the open because I never hold through the cross. I don't know if I ever will. For now, it's just not part of my strategy. It's just too shaky, especially with TOS. So I left so much money on the table on this. This is like almost 100% move. Actually, it is 100% move from the low. This move was so aggressive, 120 almost percent move, that man, I just totally left so much money on the table. So I'm like, oh man, that was a total blunder. Just awful how I traded it. And I just didn't have that conviction. I brought my own biases into the table. I didn't trade the price in front of me. I was trading my bias that I usually don't trade these kind of tickers over $20, $30. And basically what that did was keep me from getting aggressive and trading it like I should have. So that was a big mistake. But then ADTX comes up. And trust me, all pre-market, nothing was really happening today. So it was a weird day. So when ADTX popped up, I was barely ready for it. I was like, okay, what is this? Like the fifth ticker that's popping today with no resolution. And this one went fast. It was at 40% before I really saw it. Somebody called it out in the chat room. Xavier, let's see here. Who called it out? Yeah, Xavier called it out. I said, big thanks for that. Thanks and good call out. So let's go back here. And by the way, the Discord and all those links are in the video description below. Just go to tradejournal.co/connect, and all those links are also in the footer of tradejournal.co as well. This is the Trade Journal Discord chat room that we're using. And if you ever do use Trade Journal as well, you can also find it inside of Trade Journal on the left nav bar. It says chat rooms. So it's free. It's just it's just available to everyone. It's really simple. But don't spam there because you will get banned. Okay, so ADTX starts crawling here, nice front side. I'm just totally focused on what the potential is on this one. Actually, I will tell you, since I'm not reading the news on these tickers at the moment, or I'm not going through, shares outstanding or the float, the first thing I did do is just check out the daily chart. I wanted to see the daily chart a little bit. So we had big resistance here at 2.7 and then big resistance at 3. So I mapped that out first thing right away on this ticker. Had that mapped out, and then I went back to it. I actually don't even know why this one's popping. Okay, so it's a biotech here with 15 million shares outstanding, probably much lower float, and with a catalyst here, COVID catalyst. Okay, so that's great. Has a catalyst, low float, biotech. I mean, these are the classic tickers that we're usually trading. And I think that's why I was more confident on this ticker. I felt really comfortable trading this ticker. It was like right in my ballpark, between $2 and $7. All the other stats fit perfectly. So we have this nice move here, and we start pulling back. I edged into this one a little bit harder than I probably should have. I went with bigger size. I'm not totally sure why, but I felt like, okay, well, if this one pops here, there's only maybe a short run to $3 where big time resistance is going to come in. It's not like major upside potential. So I edged into this move here. Basically long 3,000 shares. And then it pops up here, and guess what I do? I buy near the highs at 278, which you guys might think, Alex, that's such an aggressive move. Why'd you buy near the highs? We're averaging into winners. That's the plan. So that's what I do here. And then it pulls back, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. Technically, it's still a front side move. So I made a mistake. I let emotions dictate this. I was like, oh, it's pulling back. This was a big winner. I could have took my profits. So I let my emotions get the best of me a little bit, and I don't buy more here because it's still on the front side, and I should have bought more here, somewhere between, I don't know, somewhere I definitely would have got not the perfect low, but as we were pulling back here a little bit around 2.7, I could have got a fill. Anyway, it pops up here again, and we are only 2 minutes away before the market open, and I never trade 2 minutes before the market open, and usually, a minute or so after the market opens. So I was like, oh, we're getting really tight to that morning cross. I don't want to be trading, and my goal was a move to 3. So I was like, closing right now would be closing prematurely, but then, it was crawling up here slowly, and I sold all at 282 roughly on average. So at least this entry was also positive. I could have held into the open and sold before 3. That would have been great. That was my plan. But I didn't want to hold into the open, but I'm really happy I traded this one. So this one move, I made $800, boom, done, just out, And if it started, selling off, we would have caught losses near our entry and walked away with a small loser, right? We keep our losses small, and we try to make our wins as big as possible. That's the name of the game, obviously. Or that's the new tweak to my strategy that I've been really working on. The market open, this is freaking rough. I mean, this thing spikes up and then sells off, 8, 9%. Spikes up here. I mean, this is just a disaster. Spikes up 15% and then flushes like an absolute belligerent ticker, 15% again. I'm like, what is going on? Starts crawling up here, makes a pullback, fake outs, potential, rally here, but it flushes first. Honestly, Colby is right. Like, if you trade lately, the market open, it's been so hectic. Pre-market is really where the gold is lately, for sure. But if you guys haven't done so already, go ahead and vote. What should I be doing? Or, what do you guys want to do for yourself? Obviously, I love seeing what you guys think and, learning from you guys, but I'm just not going to blindly follow anyone's advice except, things that I've experienced and basically what my stats say. But I would love to know what you guys think on, walking away after, nailing a first front side. You don't have to nail it perfect. You don't need a perfect entry. You don't need a perfect exit. But as long as you get a chunk of a front side move, and look, I only got a very small chunk of this move. I didn't get this whole front side. I got a very small move, but that was enough to wrap up the day. If I traded this breakout here and all of a sudden gave back all my profits, I would have been upset. I would have been very upset. So, walking away today after this move, I think was the right idea. Trust me, part of me wanted to keep trading, but at the same time, I know that the longer you trade, the more you start tripping over yourself. Even if there's a good front side move, you're going to be thinking about giving back profits. Trust me, it's a slippery slope once you start trading over 3 hours. And trust me, believe me, I'm watching the market starting at 7 a.m. That's like when I start trading. But usually at 6:50 a.m., I'm already ready to go with everything, eyes scanning and whatnot. So by now, 9:30, that's 2.5 hours I've been looking at the market. By 10, it's 3 hours. And if I want to trade till 11, that's 4 hours of just energy into the market. So I don't know, at least I have a standing desk. So it's that's one pro, but it's tough to trade 4 hours straight for sure. Ultimately, you're not really supposed to be trading the whole time. You're supposed to be waiting and then getting aggressive when the setup comes to you. But, easier said than done. It's easy to just be like, well, I'm a little tempted in this ranging pattern. And then, boom, all of a sudden you get stuck in like a, flush and you get stopped out and start giving back profits. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. Made a nice little $1,000 today. No blow away day, unfortunately, for me, but I think this was the right decision for me. And yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed the content. I really do appreciate it, and it's the easiest way to support the channel. Yeah, if you're totally new, join the community, guys. We would love to have more eyes in the Discord. And yeah, guys, like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.